Hi and welcome to Megdap's Transcriber portal. This is the interface of the Megdap's Transcriber portal's login page. At the beginning, user profiles will be created and login credentials will be shared with you. You need to log in using your credentials. When you sign into this profile, the interface will look like this. There will be two tabs. One is new jobs and another one is ongoing jobs. Okay, first time when you log in into this portal, all the assigned files will be appeared in this new jobs. So you need to preview these assigned files by clicking on preview button and listen to this audio.
Hello.
Okay, listen to this audio for quality check. If there is a audio corrupt or a noisy audio or a blank audio, if so, then you need to reject this file and you need to give a rejection reason. And if the file is good, then you need to accept this file. So click on accept button and OK. Then the file will be moved to ongoing jobs. Now the file is moved to ongoing jobs. So this file we have selected. So click on this file to move to the transcription page. Now this is the main part of the transcription. Here you will get guidelines document in this section. Click here and you can download the guidelines document, and you need to study the guidelines document completely to get full knowledge of this transcription. And there is a shortcuts key function here, so you can check it for to play the audio. By pressing tab, the audio will be played, and to pause and again you press the tab button. So to play a single segment repeatedly, you can press shift plus tab, and to create a segment by entering enter key, you can create a new segment, and to merge these segments you can click control plus backspace, and to save the segment and entire file you need to press control plus S. Okay, and this is the audio area where the waveform will be shown, and this is the text area where you are going to type. So important part of transcription is segmentation. You need to break this long audio into small segments which are usually below 20 seconds. This long audio should be segmented below 20-second segments. Okay, you need to create separate segments each time when speaker turn occurs. And if single speaker is speaking more than 20 seconds, you need to break that segment meaningfully into 2 or more segments which are below 20 seconds. And whenever there is a silence or no speech or continuously noise for more than 4 seconds, then you need to separate out that part as a new segment or as a separate segment, and you need to mention a silence tag, SIL tag, inside that SIL part segment. If there is a silence which is less than 4 seconds and greater than 1 second, you can put a SIL tag inside the text segment itself. Okay. So to create a new segment, you need to press the play button. You can start from here.
Hello.
Or you can just press tab button.
Hello.
Hello, am I speaking with Miss Rita Roy?
Yes.
Okay, so let us segmentize this audio. So from the beginning, this part is more than 1 second and less than 4 seconds. So we need to put a SIL tag for this, and since it is at the beginning of the audio, we need to separate this out. So press enter key, a new segment will be created, you can see, and this part is SIL part. As you type SIL, the drop down list will be appear. So press tab to select that tag. By pressing tab, it will be selected. Do not press enter key to select the tags. Okay, and the next segment.
Hello.
Okay, this hello is a lady voice, customer voice. So we need to separate this as a new segment. So press enter key. Okay, and you can transcribe whatever the speech is there. And now here you can create another segment. Here you can see there is a silence for more than 4 seconds up to here. So you need to separate out this part as a separate segment. So press enter, and this is separated as a separate segment, and put silence tag here. And now the second speaker speech will start from here. So you can see now.
Hello, am I speaking with Miss Rita Roy?
Yes.
Okay, from here to here there is a agent's speech, and this portion is customer speech. So we need to create a segment from here to here. So to move forward and backward in the waveform area, audio area, we can use keyboards up and down arrow buttons. Okay, to move forward and backward. Please do not use mouse for forward and backward clicks. Use these up and down arrow keys. So we need to break this segment here. For here, you press enter key. It will be a new segment will be created for this speech. So here you can see. You can listen to this audio.
Hello, am I speaking with Miss Rita Roy?
Hello, am I speaking Miss Rita Roy? Okay, and after that the customer voice is there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so yes is the customer speech. So we need to separate that out and type the whatever the speech is there. Now here you can.
Okay, good morning, ma'am.
Since this SIL part is more than 1 second, so we need to separate this out because it is coming at the beginning of the segment. So we can't put a silence tag at the beginning of the segment and at the end of the any segment. We can use it within the segment, between the segment, if there is a SIL less than 4 seconds and greater than 1 second. But if there is a SIL less than 4 seconds at the beginning of the segment, then we need to separate that as a separate segment. So I have separated that as a separate segment and create another segment for client speech.
Okay, good morning, ma'am. I am Sarthak from SBI Bank of India.
So SBI Bank of India, up to here there is agent speech, and again up to here there is a silence. So we can separate it out. So I have separated it and created another segment. Now you can see.
Yes.
So here Again there is a customer voice. Yes.
Okay, good morning, ma'am. I am Sarthak from SBI Bank of India.
Yes.
Okay, we have called.
I am Sarthak from India. Okay.
Okay, good morning, ma'am. I am Sarthak from SBI Bank of India. Okay, good morning, ma'am. I am Sarthak from SBI Bank of India.
Yes.
Okay, we have called you to.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay, let me segmentize this.
okay, we have called you to fill out the form via mobile phone.
Hmm. Hmm.
So let's get started then. Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, we have called you to fill out the form via mobile phone.
Hmm.
So let's get started then. Okay, ma'am.
Yes. One by two.
A Shoshi
Okay, now the segmentation is over.
Bhushan.
So to move forward and backward in this text area, we can use right and left arrow keys. And you need after doing this, okay, you need to add speaker tags here, speaker IDs here. So whenever there is a SIL, only SIL is there, then you can use no speaker as a speaker ID. But whenever there is a speech, you need to use a particular speaker's ID. So you need to create speaker IDs. So go to add speaker and click on add speaker. First is customer voice. So for call center audio, there are you need to use C1 as a speaker ID for customer and A1 as a speaker ID for agent. So C1 customer, the name is not mandatory, it is optional, and gender is female, and age group is adult. And create another speaker for agent as A1 and who is a male and adult. And we need to select dialect. So this is a standard English. So select standard English and save. Now the speaker ID is created. So we need to select speakers for this. If you don't select speakers and if you keep any syntactical errors here, it will highlight, error message will be shown here. Here you can see speaker ID is not added to this segment. So we need to add speaker ID. Here it is C1. So this is the speaker C1. Now the error message is removed. And this is no speaker since it is a SI. And this is client speech. So I have selected A1 here. And this one is the customer speech. And there is no SIL. Since SIL, we can select no speaker here. And this is the agent speech. Again no speaker. And customer. Okay, like this we have to select the speaker IDs for each and every segment. And we need to press Ctrl and S button to save this whatever the changes we have made. We need to save this file periodically. Okay, so the data won't be lost. Okay, please do not submit these files. Do not press on submit button until and unless the file is fully completed and you are sure that the file is fully completed and the quality is good, then only you need to press on the submit button. Once it is submitted, the file will not be available for any work. Okay, it will be submitted and removed from your system. Okay, so this is about selecting speaker IDs. And there will be a overlap segment. If there is a segment with only overlap, then you need to select no speaker for that overlap segment also. Okay, let me show you this later. And let us start with tags and general guidelines. So after when you download guidelines from here, okay, you need to go through this guidelines completely. I will explain you thoroughly. Okay, in this transcription, the numbers, digits, and special characters are not allowed. Like 1, 2, these are not allowed. If the speaker is saying that 21, so we need to type it out as the speaker is spoken, like whatever it is pronounced. If he says 21, 21, we need to type it in words. Okay, if the speaker says 2 plus 1, if there are any mathematical equations like 2 plus 1, then we need to type 2 plus 1. Okay, no special characters and no digits are allowed. Okay, you need to use punctuation marks like question mark, full stop, interrogation mark, comma properly. Okay, whenever it is required. This is mandatory. You need to use those marks. Except those punctuation marks, do not use any other special characters. If you use any other special characters like at the rate and something, you will get a error message here. Okay, here you can see special character found. If you keep this special character here, you will not be able to submit this file. Okay, it will when you click on the submit button, it will show error. It will show that segment 1 contains this error. So then you have to come here and remove this error or fix this error and then submit this file. Okay, so this is about numbers and digits. If someone is telling his mail ID or something like guru@gmail.com, then at the rate should be typed out like guru@gmail.com. .com should be typed out since it is pronounced as .com. Okay, this is the way to write mail IDs and whatever it is where the special characters are used. Okay, so next instruction is about capitalization. When should we use capital letters? Okay, none of the English words in English transcription or any other transcription, none of the English words will come in capital letters. All the English words we have to write in small letters only. If it is a new sentence or new segment, whatever it is, first word also we start with small letter. Okay, do not write like this. Good. It is the wrong way of transcription. You need to write it as good. All the words should be, all the letters should be in small case. Only the abbreviations and initial words we need to write in capital letters. Whatever the letters spelled out like A, B, C, D, these are spelled out letters. IC, ICI, HD, FC, these are spelled out letters. So in this case, we have to write those like this, I with a space between each and every character, and all the characters should be in capital letters. Okay, if the speaker says HDFC, we need to write as like this, HDFC. Okay, since all the letters in this HDFC are spelled out. If someone says NASA, it is pronounced as a word, not as a single characters like NASA. Okay, if someone says NASA, NASA, you need to write it in a small case as a word. Okay, NASA, ISRO. Okay, if someone says ISRO, then you need to type it as ISRO. Okay, this is about capitalization and abbreviations. Okay, and you need to use the proper punctuation marks and all. Okay, let us check some tags here. So these are some tags which you need to use during transcription. There is a tag called NPS/NPS. As you type in this area, text area, as you type this angular bracket, you will get the list of available tags here. Okay, NPS, you have to if you are using NPS, click tab on NPS tag. So NPS tag will appear here, and inside this NPS tag, whatever NPS which is there, you need to type. So what is NPS? NPS means non-primary speech. Whenever there is a speech from the background or from third party, who is not the actual speaker, okay, who is not the main speaker, but the third party's voice is also clearly audible in the audio. So what we need to do is, we need to put NPS tag, and under NPS tag type out the content of the main speaker only, and ignore the background speaker, third speaker. Okay, so whatever the content, whatever the speech is there from the main speaker, to type it out inside this NPS and /NPS tag, the main speaker's tag, and ignore the non-primary speaker's speech. Okay, so this is the NPS tag. Then there is a tag called UNIN, which is used for unintelligible words. Whenever there is an unintelligible word, which means you can't understand the spoken word. Okay, if it is unintelligible, so in place of that word you can use UNIN tag. Okay, if someone is using any foreign language which is which you can't understand, so in that case you can use UNIN tag for that word. Okay, so this is about UNIN. And there is a AW tag which is used for abusive words. Whenever there is a abusive word within the audio used by any speaker, so put that abusive word, type that abusive word within this AW tag. Okay, so the next tag is SUP. SUP means suppressed content. Whenever there is a called sensitive data, like your customers or agents' mobile number, speaker's mobile number, or personal address, or passport number, or any Aadhaar card number, or bank account details, is talking about those details, then you need to write those details under SUP tag. Okay, whenever there is a suppressed content, sensitive content, you need to write that content under SUP tag. And there is a tag called a file, which is used for filler pauses like who and all those. Like for example, my name is Guru, so my name is Guru. Okay, in place of this R, you need to use FIL tag. Okay, since this is a filler word, you need to use FIL tag. Then my name is Guru. Please do not write that R. Okay, we are using in place of that we are using FIL tag. Okay, this is the use of FIL tag. Wherever it comes, you need to use FIL tag. Then again the part of SIL, I already told you. Wherever there is a silence for greater than 1 second and less than 4 seconds, you need to use SIL tag. Okay, if there is a silence for more than 4 seconds, then you need to separate out that part as a separate segment, as I have separated here this part, okay, and put SIL tag. If there is a noise which lasts for more than 4 seconds, okay, for that also you can use SIL tag. If there is no speech, only noise or only instrumental music, something like that. Okay, and there is another important tag called LM tag, language mismatch tag. Whenever the speaker uses any foreign word, okay, if in this English file someone is using Hindi words like मेरा नाम, आपका नाम क्या है, okay, hello, Miss Rita Roy, आप क्या कर रहे हो, तो then आप क्या कर रहे हो, this is there is a language mismatch, so you need to write those other language words inside LM tag, okay, under this tag. So LM/LM, under this you need to write that Hindi word in Hindi language itself. For typing in other languages, you need to use Google input key, okay, which so you will be able to use all Indic languages and other languages. So आप क्या कर रहे हो? So this is the Hindi words written inside LM tag. In English transcription, if there is a Hindi speech, then you need to use LM tag and write those Hindi words in Hindi font itself. And if there are any other language except Hindi in English transcription, like Kannada, Marathi, Tamil, Malayalam, anything, so for those you need to use UN9 tag, okay, not SUP, UN9 tag, okay. For Hindi words, you need to type out Hindi word inside LM tag. If there is any other language word except, rather than English and Hindi, you need to type that use UN9 tag inside LM tag, okay. If it is the Hindi transcription, Hindi file, and any English word comes in between, then you have to write Hindi words outside the LM tag and English words inside the LM tag, okay. So this is about LM tag, and there are two more tags, overlap and music. Overlap tag is very important. I will explain it clearly. So some other guidelines are there. Whenever speaker says okay, okay, there please do not write OKY or small letter OK like this, okay. Only use OK as capital letters without space between O and K, okay. This is the only way to use OK word, okay. You have to type this as OK. And for man, you need to the word ma'am, you need to type it as MAM only, not MAAM or M. These are wrong. So you need to type OK as this and man like this, okay. So these are some general guidelines. So let me explain first music tag. Okay, music tag is used whenever there is a vocal music, when the speaker himself is singing any song. So that song should be transcribed within this music tag. Okay, if there is a instrumental music, okay, then you no need to use a music tag. Okay, if there is a only instrumental music and no speech, then you can put that into SIL. Okay, put SIL tag for that. Okay, then if there is a vocal music which is, the speaker is singing, then please type out that a song inside this music tag. Okay, so the last tag is overlap tag. When there is overlap in the speech between two main speakers, okay, not the non-primary speaker, two primary speakers speech, if there is an overlap, we need to type out that speech under overlap tag. So how to use this overlap tag? This is a very important part. So let me go to that overlap segment. So here you can see the overlap actually. If there is only one word overlap also, then you have to separate that.
1/2.
Here you can actually listen this carefully. There is a word which is overlapping between customer and client. Okay.
1/2.
So 1/2A. This is the speech actually, but 1 by up to here 1 by, it is the speech of the lady, and
1/2.
The word two is overlapped. Two, the customer also says two and the client also says two at the same time. So there is a overlap. So what we have to do is we have to separate out the clear speech and the overlapping part of this speech. So you can just see here what I am going to do is, first I am going to separate out this silence part. Okay, this silence part, and put a SIL tag. Now here you can see
1
by.
1 by.
Okay, 1 by. This is a clear speech of the lady, the customer. So we need to separate this out, since there is no overlap in this part. So we have to separate this out. Here you can see now it is separated as a separate segment.
1 by.
Okay, here it is the actual overlap occurs. You can actually observe here.
2.
Okay, up to here, from beginning from here and ends at here. Okay, this is the actual overlap segment. So we have to separate only this part as a separate segment. Where there is a overlap, we have to separate out that only that part as overlap segment. Okay, do not include the clear speech, this speech and this speech, since the only one word is overlapping here between customer and client. Okay, if there is more words overlapping, then you need to separate out those number of words as a separate segment. So I am separating this segment as a separate segment, overlap segment. Okay, now you can hear
2.
Okay, 2 is spoken by both the client and agent, and now here you can see there is only speech of agent.
Shoshi.
It is a clear speech of the single speaker, but here two speakers are speaking in this segment. So here we need to put two overlap tags, one for customer, one for agent, or one for speaker 1, one for speaker 2. So type overlap, you will get whatever speakers are there. For those we have created the you will get automatically the overlap tags. First is customer, and another overlap tag is for agent. So what is the customer speech here? What is the overlapping speech of customer? Customer is saying 2, okay, and the client is also saying at the same time as 2. So this is the overlapping speech of customer, this is the overlapping speech of agent. If there is any other word, not only a single word, if there are 2-3 words, if the customer is saying good morning and the client is saying how are you at the same time, how are you at the same time, okay, if these two sentences are overlapping at this instance, then we have to separate out these, and we have to use overlap tag for both the speakers, okay, separately. Overlap C1, and under that overlap tag we have to type out the C1's content, C1 speech, and another overlap for another speaker like A1, and we have to type out the A1's speech inside this overlap tag. If due to overlap, if some part of the speech is unintelligible, then you can use UNN tag for that. If C1's speech is unintelligible, then you can use UNN tag within this overlap tag. And if A1 speech is clearly audible, then you can write the whatever it is. Okay. If both the speakers audio is unintelligible, you can use UNN tag for both the overlap tags. Okay, these are some cases. But whatever clear speech is there, you have to separate that clear speech as a separate segment. And where overlap starts and where overlap ends, you have to separate that part as a separate overlap segment. Okay, then you have to use overlap tags for each of the speakers. If there are 3 speakers, then you have to use 3 overlap tags and type out the content of the those particular speakers. Speaker ID will be given here. This is for C1. Whatever C1's speech is there, you have to type it out here. And whatever A1's speech is there, you have to type it out here. Okay, this is the proper usage of overlap tag. Okay, in this there should not be any content outside the overlap tag. If there is a clear speech outside the overlap tag, like hi, I am fine, okay, this is invalid. If it is a clear speech, then you have to separate it as a separate segment, since it is a clear speech. Okay, you have to keep only overlapping speech inside this segment, overlapping segment. Okay, this is invalid. Do not keep any text outside the overlap tag at the beginning and at the end. Okay, and select no speaker as a speaker ID for this. No speaker as a speaker ID for this. And the speaker IDs will be automatically C1 and A1. Both the speaker IDs will be assigned to this automatically by the system. Okay, this is customer, and here it is a clear speech of
Shoshi
agent, and you will type out whatever the speech of that agent is here. Okay, and when you feel this entire file is completed, and just check once and the entire file, proofread it once, okay, once or twice until you feel it is 100% okay to submit. Okay, when you feel it is 100% is okay to submit, then click on submit button. Okay, then you need to click OK. Then you will get, if there are any errors remaining, you will get the list of errors here. You can see here, segment data is empty, speaker ID is not added, segment data is empty, like that. So segment number 10, 11, 12, 13. So go to segment number 10. This segment data is empty. Whatever segment data is there, you need to type out. Okay. And like that, clear the errors, and again press on submit button and submit the file. Once it is submitted, it will not be you will not be able to edit that file again. Okay, so please be sure that the file is completely 100% okay before submitting the file. Okay, so this is the introduction to Megdap's transcriber portal and transcription guidelines. Okay, in case of any doubts and for more details, you can contact us directly.